Hi, this is Tomas. I am sorry for doing this so late, but hopefully you guys have been planning and this will just be a refresher and help you to get through. So, just so you know, the reunion handbook is here and it's linked. So if you guys see in the email that I send you, you can always click directly on this and you can either use your phone to get the QR code or look through the reunion handbook. It has all the important information that has happened in all of these and may be pretty useful to you. So this is just a reminder that we are going through reunion milestones. So this is just for everyone who's graduated in a year ending in 0 or 5. That the event is happening on Alumni Weekend next September 19th and 20th, and there will also be specific class activities that hopefully you've planned or in mind. The focus of this video is to make sure that we have our event planning completed and our form done. As of the recording of this video, I couldn't find the form, but I think if you just send the information to Heather or alumni@aa.edu, or I will have a form for you to fill out by the time I send this email out. So this is the major events. This is how at least the layout was last year. I think it might be similar. This is hard to see, but of course if you open it up, you'll be able to notice that we have 2 days, right? From 5 to 7 p.m. is the Alumni Awards and Hall of Fame dinner. That costs extra, but it's pretty neat to be able to see old teachers and maybe former classmates who are winning awards and being inducted into our Hall of Fame. Of course, if you want to watch a junior versus senior student flag football game, that's always fun. And the balloon glow happens later that evening. Highly recommend it. There is chili roasting, dessert and coffee trucks, which we provide coupons for the dessert and coffee trucks. Music will be also played, but the green chili roasting, you can just purchase a bag, which is especially nice for people who live out of town. On Saturday, there's a Bear Canyon brunch and hike. I actually think one of the years 2000 this year may have won it. So they will be getting to enjoy a nice brunch and hike. The registration for weekend is now kind of starting. Of course, if you register online, you're good. Of course, you can just show up. There'll be good campus tours. There'll be reunion class photos that you can schedule. Well, will be scheduled, and you will communicate with your class to take a picture on campus. There's a family tent, which is open, which will provide food, face painting, crafts. So there's a bounce house. There's pozole. There's foods on there. It's really nice. And then there'll be alumni faculty lunch that's happening during that same time. Bookstores and pop-up bookstores and the common grounds, which is our cafe, will be open if you'd like to get snacks or coffee. The head of school will provide a little bit of a message. And then, of course, there's a football game that goes from 2 to 4:30. Halftime, there'll be a little bit of a ceremony from the day before, recognizing the people who were inducted to our Hall of Fame. Then there is an all-alumni gathering that happens from 4:30 to 6:30 at Star Brothers Brewing. That is a great option for people who did not end up planning something that's specific to your event. It's really nice, and we provide 2 free drinks, and it's really close to campus. And then, of course, there's the head of school reunion for all alumni that is basically from 1960 to 1975 at the head of school office, and that will be, or head of school's house, Ms. Puente, and you guys will get communication about that. So, event planning, let's see. Hopefully you guys have decided what you want to do, who you want to attend, and also you will be who you want to attend, where you want to hold the event, and do you want to hold your event, right? When do you want to hold your event? And then how much to budget. So hopefully you guys kind of brainstormed that. I had some emails from some people who were deciding what they wanted. They all seem like good ideas. So what do you want to do? There's a couple of different options. You can do formalish or informalish. Last year, my group of class 99 just wanted to hang out, so we chose someone's house. At an alumni's house. Some people have gone to breweries, private clubs, and you just kind of hopefully made that decision on what you wanted to do. Other activities. This is so for me, the planning and deciding the budget is kind of like somewhat the easy part, because you can always, once you decide what your budget is, you can always choose to do other low cost or other events that you can have people opt into that are on there. So for example, you could have like a scavenger hunt where people get to talk to each other and see how they went on. You could have a trivia history night. I mean, you might have to collect this data, this information over the course of the the kind of drip campaign, or you don't have to. You can create a photo slideshow, reunion yearbook. I know that one group did a really good job of collecting pictures, scanning in pictures, and having a nice slideshow that was going. And you guys can, I believe, click in this link and see the slideshow that the class of 2023 did, I want to say. So who's going to event? You gotta have to decide if it's just going to be for the people who graduated, their spouses, their families, and just want to remind you that during the day there are a whole bunch of family friendly oriented sort of activities. So, and so the suggestion is maybe don't plan for kids depending on their age, but that is also up to you. Where do you want to hold your event? My group held it at an alumni's house. It was really nice. It helped control the costs, and it was just kind of a nice, relaxed environment. So if you can find that, that was really nice. If you're doing something more formal, you really have to figure out the number of people at the event, what the parking is, what the deposit is, any sort of audiovisual logistics, should you want to do that, food, beverage, cost per person, tax, gratuity, bartender fees, venue layout. So it's a little bit more involved, and it will be a little bit more of a higher cost depending on the ticket. Of course, there's always some decorations that might go into it, and depending on who's helping you out, that can be part of the fun. Where do you want to hold your event? If you're holding it at a venue, hopefully you guys have been doing the research and figuring that out, so at least you know what the costs are. But you will have to put your own deposit down, and you'll have to sign contracts, and the costs incurred will be recouped through ticket prices and attendance via the formal registration for your reunion. Of course, if you guys set your ticket price and decide to, with the agreement of the people who are there, add some costs to it, there are other ways that you can recoup those costs by asking people to maybe Venmo you or things like that. Just realize that if you're not willing to put the deposit for this, the cost of your event or venue, just realize you guys are still responsible for that, and you need to make sure that your ticket costs represent the cost of what you're expecting to pay. And in those cases, when do you want to hold your event? So decide, do you want to have one at Friday night, which is the same night as some of the other activities. Saturday morning, some people are holding brunches and other activities. Saturday night, Balloon Glow is on campus, and that's when we chose to do it. It worked out really well. Some people chose Sunday morning, which worked out for them. So just make sure you're clear on these times. Budget. So hopefully if you guys are doing something a little bit more involved, especially with the venue, and the costs are a little bit more laid out for you, make sure that you are really figuring out how much to charge for the cost of food, tax, gratuity, bartender, security, extended hours, rental space, all of these things, AV expenses, decorations, and signage. So if you're going a little bit more big and formal, just realize it's going to require that you really have that information, or a very good sense of what that information is going to be, or someone who's willing to cover the difference. So, gotta say this again. All the costs of activities are absorbed by the class. The school is not paying for any of this. So please realize that you need to estimate the cost per person, and then probably include a little bit for unknowns. This is just an example of what it was for going to have the cost of what the class of 2023 was. So and so just consider that as you plan. This is the information you'll need to send to alumni@aa.edu. I know the deadline is fast approaching, and I should have sent this out earlier, but hopefully you guys have a sense of what you're doing. The school will have to collect all their RSVPs, and the money will be collected through the ticket fees, which you sent, and we need to get this information by May 15th. So you'll give it an event name, the event date, the event time, the event location, and the event fee. You guys, of course, should have all of this, at least the fee, calculated out probably on a spreadsheet if you are trying to show that you know what the cost is going to be. We are not charging anything at this time, but we are really just trying to make sure that there aren't any confusions. So right now, we are pretty much, hopefully, if you haven't sent me a updated contact list, please send that, because we want that updated contact list when we send out this email to the alumni to make sure that everyone is aware of, so everyone's receiving the emails. Additionally, you guys will be communicating with your class. So Rex text for right now is, hopefully you've actually gotten your information and updated contact info. If not, please do your best to get that to me. If you haven't, there is the handbook that'll help you as you get ready to move forward. And then, of course, just ask me questions. I will look for emails, and I'll set up a time this Wednesday and Tuesday if you want to just kind of join and have a space with me to support you. Next is an example of budget. So if you click on this link, it's going to take you to examples of some people's budgets, hopefully. And let me move the screen over to make sure that it captures everything. All right, and here you can see class of 1989. They had these events planned for their group. They had decided that they were going to have a class brunch. They were going to have an official class party, and these are the costs and the number of tickets sold for each of the activities. So 1989 did a great job, 1984, and you can see the different numbers of tickets that are on there. My class really it was pretty straightforward, but really I have to say that Alan Shuttleworth and his wife really did a great job planning and making it so that it was pretty straightforward and simple. So each of these activities are in there, and then this is linked inside the document if you need any help with that. So that's it for now.